on. I mean, Donald Trump went on a fucking Mooney, like a Mooney broadcast. For those of you who don't know, it's like a crazy Korean Christian cult. That was insane. He then also followed up his 9/11.
And let's go one for the invise.
He followed up his 9/11 shit at the Moonies. He followed that up by commentating on a Evander Holyfield fight or some shit. So it's crazy. I mean, shit's popping off, dude. Donald Trump is just... I started watching Righteous Gemstones last night. Dude, I ended the broadcast yesterday and I've been so bad.
Been giving money to a millionaire.
Lord, I've been bad. I've been so bad. Lord, I have sinned. Let me tell you something, folks. It is Sunday, so let me get started now. Ladies and gentlemen of this congregation, I am here on this wonderful day to let you know that I am a sinner. Now, under the eyes of God, we are all the same man.
Take a look at my cringe shitpost on Oak, buddy. It is called my.
But as your pastor, I must be honest with you. I am a sinner. Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Last night, my brother came over. My brother pastor, he came over to the house, and we were supposed to do what is known as a boys' night. Now, boys' night is a night of camaraderie, but of course, the only camaraderie we engage in is through the art of dining, gastronomy. So I'm here to tell you I am but a man, but also a sinner, ladies and gentlemen. I had last night a spectacular event, a dining extraordinaire, spicy fusilli, pizza with the pepperoni style, but I don't know, it's like fancy Italian deli meats on a pizza, mozzarella sticks,
let's go, amen,
garlic bread. Gluttony is a sin, folks.
11 months, Mary post 9/11.
And so is carb loading, but I did that.
Love from Perry.
Oh Lord, I did that. Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. I had all the carbohydrates known to man while I was watching that new Disney Plus show, What If? Which is so-so. Not good, not bad either. But I'm keeping a secret from all of y'all now. I'm keeping a goddamn secret from all of y'all, even right at this very moment, because guess what? I had all that Italian food and it didn't end there. No.
Love you, Hassan. Kiss me on
I
the mouth,
washed it all down with salted chocolate chip cookies. That's right.
Assalamu alaikum.
So I'm here to tell you, I have sinned. And the reason why I'm here to tell you this is because you might not know that I have sinned. I am but a man. But the Lord always knows you are sinning. And he forgives you as long as you engage in tithing. My sin is gluttony on this day, Lord. But today, I will recover, because it is the Lord's day, and I worked out this morning in the Church of Iron. So we shall all be forgiven. Let me hear an amen. Hallelujah. Okay, so that's what happened. I ate a lot last night, but most importantly, the part that I'm forgetting to mention here is that I started watching Righteous Gemstones, and that show it's made for me. I did not realize that there was just an HBO show that was literally just made for me. Like, specifically, in every way, shape, and form, a show that was made for me. It is incredible. One of the best shows that I have watched in a long time. It's fucking hilarious. It's I don't know how to describe it. I mean, first of all, it's the Falwell family, like, to a T. I grew up as a preacher's kid in the Deep South, and the show speaks to me. It hits on every level. As a kid forced to spend 6 hours at church every Sunday. That sucks, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. Having to sit in the church for 6 hours every Sunday would turn me into a fucking radical atheist so quick.
Yee brother.
Like, it would literally, I would just be a fucking straight up atheist Andy so quick. Have you watched Dark? No. I love Adam Devine. He is so fucking perfect, dude. I mean, I when I was younger, I used to fucking hate not Adam Devine, but I used to hate Danny McBride, and I never understood why people loved him. Like, have you guys ever had that situation where you're like faking that you like something because everyone else likes it and you want to fit in? They're just like, yeah, me too. Like, that's how I used to feel about Danny McBride. If he was like ever the main person, right? If he was ever the main person in a fucking show, now I love him. Now I absolutely love him. I'm like, I love Danny McBride. I think he's hilarious. John Goodman is incredible. Like, the show is just perfect, dude. I think it was Eastbound. Was it Eastbound and Down? What was Danny McBride's like first show that he came out with that I like for some reason did not like, but I went back and I like it now. I don't know how to describe it. Vice Principals is great too. Obviously, I've always loved the other dude that's in every Danny McBride show and movie, like the other pastor. Yeah, let me know. Enduring Mystery of Jack the Ripper is a good show to good react content. But yeah, it's so fucking good. His rival, Walton Goggins, yeah, he's great. He's fucking great. Really good.
8 months hassle.
Do y'all want to see a sneak peek?
Okay, wait, hold up. This is a spoiler. I'm only in episode 4. So this would be a spoiler. I don't want to watch this yet. I mean, dude, I watched 4 episodes back to back last night. You see that YouTube has BTTV now? Yeah. Is that why I had to update my BTTV this morning? Why do I have a prompt to report message text on your notification? I don't know.
Thanks for
Oh yeah, I love this one. It's time, boys. I'm filing a bill to gut OSHA. And yep, that's right, folks. It's time to just destroy the workplace, okay? I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm sorry. There's deep irony there, where a person who is literally in a wheelchair being like, I'm gonna gut OSHA. Like, what the fuck, dude? What do you mean? Like there's a, it's like a black Republican being like, I think the Civil Rights Act was bad, and we're gonna, we need to segregate schools. Like, what are you doing? Are you nuts? What's next, dude? Are we gonna gut the ADA, dude? He's working for Big Wheelchair. My man's in the pocket of Big Wheelchair, boys. Yeah. Dude, every day I sip on the same shit. It's fucking unsweetened toasted coconut cold brew. And every day people are like, what is that, syrup? No.
4 months Pog.
I feel like both Greg Abbott and Madison Cawthorn would unironically be like, yeah, the ADA is actually bad. Like, if push came to shove and it was a culture war issue, I could fully see them being like, yeah, no, I fucking hate the ADA. Like, why are we letting the nanny state tell everybody else, like, hey, I want to be able to wheel up to this to this goddamn building. Like, hey, sometimes I don't want to be able to wheel up a
3
building.
months
Okay?
later. Let's
I don't want
celebrate
it.
with Trump
Rose McGowan is holding a press conference with Larry Elder? What? Why,
as flex as
dude?
flex.
Why? I just like, I don't understand why people do this so quickly. Like, why is it that people who are like,
Are we watching football?
why is it that victims of sexual assault, sexual harassment will then go to like the red sexual assaulter and harassers and be like, yeah, no, in an effort to like fucking say, you know, Gavin Newsom, who is a fucking horrible person. And I don't even doubt I don't doubt this. Like, I don't doubt that Gavin Newsom's wife, Jennifer, attempted to bribe and silence Rose McGowan from speaking out against Harvey Weinstein. Like, I literally don't doubt that at all. But I don't understand why, like, a lot of people do this where it's like, they just go and prop up the other side, like not realizing that there's victims on the other side too. You know what I mean?
Thanks for the content has high.
Oh, this is not a Survivor thing. This is a Rose McGowan grifter thing. No, it's not a Survivor thing, but I mean, we saw the same thing with Tara Reid.
6 month smile.
Oh my God.
When I said to this man that I was a libertarian, he said, wait a second, libertarian? I had the libertarian candidate for
Get a new squad
vice
PR and have my
governor
first date
of
since
New York on
quarantine.
my show.
This stream is turning me into a Chad.
And I asked him, when you were in the Senate in the mid-60s, would you have voted in favor or against the civil rights legislation of 1964? And this man said he would have voted against it. So I'm asking you, Larry Elder,
John.
what would you have done? And I said, well, to the extent that those laws mandate any kind of interference in the private sector, yes, I would have voted against it. He went ballistic.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
Pepe La.
I feel like every time I make a meme about a particular person, that person always exists, dude. Because conservatives in general are so morally depraved that there will always be a fucking meme. Like when you say shit like, yeah, a black Republican who says they're against the civil rights movement, like they're gonna come out. Next up, women against voting, like women against the women's suffrage movement.
Can't believe it's been
Like there
4
is no
months.
fucking
Keep up the good
law.
work, Hussein Hassel.
There is no societal progress that conservatives will not work to dismantle. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I mean when I say conservatism just does not align with modern society. And it never will be. It's diametrically opposed to all manner of civil liberties that many before us have
Bolsonaro.
fought long and hard for. And what is remarkable about this,
I work so much since I got my
what's
new job,
remarkable
I
about
barely
this
get to
entire
catch the stream
process is
anymore,
that,
but I still sub and try to watch
like,
even if
the
it's once a
reason
month.
why these guys can't get away with it is because the material conditions are different here. But that's precisely why I always say, like, these motherfuckers would 1000% be significantly more violent and more brutal in Afghanistan. Like, that's it. The only
They're
difference
getting
is they
more
were just
Italian every
born in
day,
a
my
better
bro.
spawn point.
13 months says Buff.
Oh, there it is. Boo Boo Bennett. Famous pants shitting connoisseur. Honestly, letting women
Larry
vote in this
Elder is
country
a
wasn't
much
one of the best
wiser
ideas.
sounding man with
Females
the actual
vote
guide.
with emotion and overwhelmingly support democratic feel-good policies that take away our actual rights. I'd rather lose my right to vote than lose my right to defend myself with a firearm. Bro, I'm telling you, like, you think these motherfuckers wouldn't be Taliban if they were born in Afghanistan? You think they would be like progressives? No. The whole
This
point
time,
is,
Caitlin shat all of our pants.
the whole point is, like, these people, they obviously adjust to their own material conditions and what the culture looks like in that particular area, in that particular time frame. It's like Ben Shapiro writing articles 20 years ago. Ben Shapiro used to write articles about how, like, colleges were, you know, educating people on being homosexual, and that was bad. Now he still tries to be as homophobic as he can, but he can't be, like, overwhelmingly homophobic. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they adjust their rhetoric because they realize that conditions change and they don't want to come across as, like, completely unacceptable. But if you think for even a brief moment that like these motherfuckers would not take rights away from women, black people, gay people in every way, shape, or form, like you're delusional. All Republicans want to do about wokeness is wine. Libertarians have solutions. Repeal the Civil Rights Act. Wait, how is he homophobic? Who? Ben Shapiro? The point is, Ben Shapiro used Ben Shapiro used to be outwardly homophobic, and now he's just like,
8 months of
toned it down a lot. Do you understand? And the reason why he changed is because his attitude didn't change, his personality didn't change, his opinions on gay people didn't change. What changed is society. It was normalized, especially amongst like cis white gay men. Getting married was normalized, and once the it's always the same cycle of progress. You have activists that are fucking fighting and dying and getting arrested and doing it over and over and over again. Finally, then you have the media also doing a little bit of cultural attitude shifting as well, because there's a lot of, gay people in Hollywood, that sort of stuff. But usually it's not great. First, it's like a little bit of fucking shitty representation. Then it gets a little bit better kind of representation. Okay. Also, simultaneously, there's organizing occurring non-fucking stop, right? And people are becoming more comfortable with expressing their sexual desires, okay? And then you have more representatives that are now advocating for it because they're like, well, a larger percentage of my voter base has like gay children, shit like that, right? And then ultimately you get to a point where you have an actual tangible legislative agenda. You finally pass that. First is defense of the marriage, but then you ultimately pass like gay marriage, you legalize it, and then boom, that's it. It's over. It's now an intangible, indestructible right, and that greatly fucking normalizes the existence of LGBT people, specifically just like the L and the G, but still, that's how it works. So Ben Shapiro, throughout that process, changes his rhetoric. First, he's like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Like, gay people are degenerate. They're destroying our culture. And then when it gets to a point where it is no longer fashionable for him to be openly homophobic, then he changes it. Then he changes his rhetoric to be like, well, you can't be an Orthodox Jew and gay at the same time. You still need to marry a woman if you're a man. But, I don't care about whether you're gay or not. I just like, I don't know. You just can't have like a real marriage. Do you understand? The attitudes that he still has are there. He's just trying to fucking, attack the areas that are still acceptable for him to fucking attack. For example, trans people. Ben Shapiro attacks the exact same way that he attacked gay people and lesbian people and bi people, but now he just like openly does it towards trans people because that's still completely acceptable. And that's how it works. Anyway, COVID wars. The last COVID Zulu variant surrenders to the UN Space Force, effectively marking the end of the war on COVID. What? Like, why are you showing this to me, dude? I don't want to see cringe ass Elon. I woke up this morning. This is the first thing I saw. I was still like in a haze. I went back to fucking sleep, but this stayed with me. Let's watch.
She said, you did a wonderful job on September 11th. And therefore I'm making you an honorary knight, commander of the Royal something or other. I turned down a knighthood because if you took a knighthood, you had to lose your citizenship. I know Prince Andrew is very questionable now. I never went out with him. Never had a drink with him. Never was with a woman or a young girl with him. Ever. One time, I met him in my office, and one time when we had the party, right, Bernie? You were there.
Not our Bernie, dude. Chill. Can we get pissed off at Mansion? So this is why I did not want to like talk about too much news and get into like fun reacts immediately. Because like Sundays are Joe Manchin days, like forever. This is Joe Manchin's opportunity to just be on the spotlight and fucking
13
talk about
months
how
old
he's like the
pop.
great disruptor of process, and he's the big like centrist guy, and you know that's precisely why you should give him more money. And
12
please,
months
you know, he's the guy who's gonna defend your rights. It's classic Joe Manchin. He's gonna go on all the Sunday shows. He's irrelevant otherwise.
He's the
It's
one making
President
me smile.
Manchin's time. You know what I mean? It's President Manchin's world, and we're just living in it, right? So it is what it is. I don't know what else to say about this shit other than like it's whack as fuck.
My name's Timothea, and fitness has been a huge part of my life, and I love to share what I know about it. Overall, it's just a way of life.
My name is Tyler. I'm a fat influencer, and on my platform, I like to spread body positivity, mental health awareness,
Can't believe they didn't want to get Stavros for this.
and fashion. Looking good while fat.
So when I think of the word fat influencers, I think of influencers who are either promoting others to be fat in the same sense that fitness influencers promote fitness.
I don't like people that obsess over being fat, just like I don't like people that obsess over fitness. I'm in my own fitness journey, and a lot of people like it because I'm not the stereotypical dude.
The misconception that the opposite.
Wait, what? What was that?
Capital.
He's like a fit influencer, but he's like fat right now, but he's like on a journey to being fit. Is that what he, like he's losing weight? Okay.
Side has of me is that I have some agenda to keep people fat, to promote obesity, to tell anybody anything about their size.
Step forward if you agree. I promote healthy standards as an influencer.
Bro, you couldn't find one more fucking fat influencer? What is this? That's kind of fucked up. Like, are you guys making a joke? Like, here, two will suffice? Like, that's what you... Okay, Jubilee. Like, it's fucked up, dude.
I think we need to discuss what healthy means first, because healthy means many different things. So, like, what does health mean to you guys?
For me, I don't focus on diet and weight loss as a tool for health and how I communicate that. I focus on movement and finding movement that works for you, that feels good and is sustainable in your body. Because ultimately, I think everybody would agree, movement is healthy, exercise is healthy. In the fitness world, and I myself am a yoga instructor, so I kind of straddle both sides. I think there's an overemphasis on physicality and diet and exercise.
Personally, you know, I'm a fat guy, and I've been tired of being a fat guy. And I've actually been told that my approach to it is a little bit extreme.
Fatphobic, dude.
So, you know, I'll do like 24-hour fasts, I'll do intermediate fasting, liquid diets, things like that. Some people say it's an unhealthy habit. They say like I got an eating disorder, but at the same time, I am seeing results. I do feel like I can run faster, jump higher, walk longer. I kind of feel like when I hear the term fat influencer, I'm thinking like an unhealthy standard being set. You know, I just can't get behind being complacent.
Well, I want to say that it doesn't mean complacency, right?
My mind said intermittent correctly and then switched it off to intermediate.
So a little bit about me is that I was a 3-sport athlete almost my entire life, went to college and played a sport. And then I decided, I've always been, you know, a big person, and I was able to manipulate my weight because I also wrestled. So I would bulk up for football season, lose for wrestling, and rinse and repeat. Because of that, though, now my approach is really just about making sure that you take care of your total self. So your mind and your body, and also just making sure that you check in with, you know, medical professionals. I work in healthcare, and so I don't tend.
Virtual signaling Andy. How fat is all your family? Your family all have gastric bands. Yeah. Haha. So? Like what? I don't understand. Like what is that? Like a own? What a fucking idiot, dude. I'm so confused. Please explain yourself real quick. How bad do you hate white people? Hussein? Oh my fucking God. What an absolutely pathetic person, dude. Go ahead, man. Give us, you got the room. Please explain to us. Please explain to us what's wrong with that. Or what you think my point of view is on this issue. They do. They do have they have gotten, my brother and my dad both have gotten gastric bypass surgeries. So what's up? Cry? Aw, that's so sad. You couldn't even come up with anything better than that, dude. Like, really, dude? You get the fucking podium for a second, which is like the only time that anyone will ever fucking recognize you for the rest of your life because you're such a sad and pathetic fucking sad and pathetic loser that will literally never ever ever for the rest of their life like have a genuine human connection. Your parents already fucking hate you if they're still alive. You're so miserable that you have to like fucking create sock accounts, and the one time you get a fucking fraction of the attention that you desperately wanted, you literally turn around and just go cry, smile. That's so fucking sad. That's so sad. Like, I gave you an opportunity to just like really rip into it. You know what I mean? Just like really fucking just let it out. Even the other fucking hate accounts right now watching you are like, you blew it, brother. You fucking blew it. You had a moment and you fucking literally blew it. You had a moment you could have fucking really just like come across like a real fucking troll. You know what I mean? Real good. Embarrassing, dude. Embarrassing. Even the other fucking incel losers that are watching right now, desperate to have that same kind of fucking crumb of relevance, even they're like, fuck, dude, you fucking failed. See you on the next sock account. But I mean, I don't know, maybe this will be a wake up moment for you, so you won't be doing that no more.
And to take advice from people who are not medical professionals.
And I would just like to speak up. Like, we're all different. Yeah, there are fat influencers out there that have unhealthy lifestyles that share it, but that's their lifestyle. There are fat influencers that are motivational, that are trying to lose weight. There are fat influencers out there that just are existing in this world and trying to make it accommodating to themselves and people that look like them. So there are so many fat people in this world, and to like label them all a certain way or to put them in a category where they have to perform to make you feel comfortable, it's not good.
Well, that's what kind of upset me. That's why I started my journey at the end of the day, was because, you know, I was depressed. I lost my job in the midst of COVID, and I'm unhappy with who I am. And then I see someone on social media that's like, it's okay to be who you are. And I was like, you're telling me that the way I feel is okay, but at the end of the day, I hate how I feel. And so it was kind of out of protest that I started this journey. And I'm damn glad I did. At the end of the day, you're doing a disservice to the people around you that care about you, whether it be close, relatives, society, etc. And to see someone use a platform like that as a fellow fat kid my entire life, it just pissed me off.
I hear what you're saying, and it's valid. I've been fat my entire life. I was a fat kid, fat teenager, fat adult, just fat. And that is not my story. And I see that played out over and over and over again in the world, in art, in TV, in movies, like the sad fat trope, nobody's gonna want you, and that plays into the way we treat fat people, but that is not everybody's story. So I hear that you were sad, you were unhealthy, you were uncomfortable, you were isolated, like we can all relate to that, but that is not the story of every fat person.
I am on a journey to like myself in my skin. And that is something I believe is obtainable through hard work and dedication. I mean, nothing else worked, you know? Loving yourself, quote unquote, made me eat KFC 3 times a day and gain a lot of weight and turn sedentary. Hating myself encouraged me to be different and encouraged me to change my life. And as a result, I've influenced thousands of kids younger than me's lives.
Fat shaming is worse than skinny shaming.
When you thin shame somebody, it is based off of aesthetic. Like, oh, you're so skinny. Yeah. I wish I could be like that. I wish I could eat whatever I want and stay skinny. There are these assumptions we have about people in fat bodies that we don't place on thin people, even if they're thin beyond health. And it really makes it so that fat people are overlooked, and it creates an environment where it's okay to perpetuate hate and even violence, you know?
Being thin won't limit you from being able to shop where you want to shop. You can walk into a clothing store, get clothes right off the rack, sometimes even have excess. You could go up or down the rack. In my experience, those are not my options.
Skin shaming is real. No, I mean, it does happen. I think some people are like very skinny It does happen. It definitely happens. It's like, it's nowhere near as prevalent as fat shaming is, but it certainly happens.
Shop online because I wear a size 15 shoe, because I'm 6'2" and I have a very broad body.
The skinny shaming, you know, there is that backhanded compliment. You know, you see that all the time. But when it comes to the fat shaming, you just see more negative out of it. And I just, you know, it's horrible to see.
But being fat is still taboo, believe it or not.
Yeah.
My partner and I'm a gay man, dating another fat black gay man, and we have gone viral on the internet a couple times. And you know what some of the comments were? I've never seen two fat people together. I get pats on the back for posting a picture at the beach with no shirt on. Why am I being patted on the back for that?
Right.
Can the disagreeer step forward?
Well, when I hear fat shaming, skinny shaming, all that stuff, I just think back to like middle school, high school, you know, picking on kids. It's bullying. I believe everyone goes through body dysmorphia. One of my homegirls is a model, and she's always complaining how she doesn't like the way she looks, even though like 99% of all women would probably prefer they looked like her. She hates the way she looks, and she's like, I wish my boobs were bigger. I wish my butt was bigger. I believe, you know, that's the media, that's the entertainment industry.
How's homeboy not gonna say fat shaming is worse than skinny shaming? I don't understand. People that suffer through fat shaming downplaying skinny shaming so much. No, skinny shaming is fucking bad too, and it does happen. But I feel like because society is like tailored or catered towards looking skinnier than like the average normal build. More often than not, like
shaming is done way more
less
casually
prevalent
than fat shaming. The latter is seen as insulting, while the former is deemed socially acceptable.
But it certainly does happen. Like, I know for a fact it happens.
Is they have a standard of what, at the end of the day, is desired, I guess, but not everyone's built like Marilyn Monroe.
You said 99% of women would probably want to look like her. That's to me, some of the language that is the problem. Is that I'm assuming that she's probably of a thinner body, right? Because she's a model, but a lot of women don't. It's okay. Your body you are the standard. You are the model. You are the beauty. Like the fact that we think like that already is still what the problem is, and it's still why, to me, fat shaming is worse than the skinny shaming. Because like even our language, I know people just desire this really thin body. You know, it's like that's the language in the language. When I get negative comments about my relationship with my partner, I kind of like to troll back. For example, if I tweet a picture of us kissing or dancing, people will spew the homophobic slurs and stuff. So I like to then just share more pictures of us kissing and really double down into it.
Yeah, I'm not saying skinny shaming doesn't exist. It's certainly a very real type of body shaming. It does exist. I'm simply saying that like fat shaming is baked into every part of our fucking lives, whereas skinny shaming is like, it still happens, but it's not like how do I describe it? It's not literally fucking you turn on the TV and like people are saying, I can't believe how fucking skinny you are. But when you're fat, you turn on the TV and like every fucking ad is literally just like, you know what I mean? Every ad, every type of like marketing literally directly is just like, fuck you. Is fat shaming bad? Yes, of course fat shaming is bad. Fat shaming is really bad. It's not productive. You're not fucking successful in like, if your ultimate goals are, if you're seeking out to like, you know, help someone lose weight, then fat shaming does the exact opposite of that. It is really depressing. And it just like fucks you up mentally. And pushes you down a spiral of like getting less healthy.
And let them know, honey, you know, we're here to stay. The girls are not going anywhere, you know, and just letting them know that I'm confident in myself. I'm happy, I'm in love, and I'm living my life.
I don't think I've ever been shamed for my body. I was always moving. I was always, you know, that I stayed fit my whole life. You know, to be a fitness influencer, you have to have that image, that skinny, fit, toned look. That's really not the case. If you have the knowledge, if you have the passion to want to help people with their fitness journey, it doesn't matter. I highly believe that.
I feel pressure to look a certain way for my followers.
Yeah, you know, I started I'm a fat kid losing weight, man. You know, I got an expectation to uphold. You know, I get people all the time, haters, that are like, oh, he's gonna quit, crash diet, blah blah blah. But then, you know, there's kids that tell me, you know, you got me out of bed today. You're the best person on the internet. Like, I love you. If I can motivate someone, one person a day, to do something, to better themselves, I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep myself going. And that means not quitting. And that means looking a certain way, always developing, always growing. And, you know, because if I quit, I'm letting down thousands of people.
I used to feel a lot of pressure, but I think with practice, you get over those pressures, you learn how to deal with it and understand that the pressure is really from yourself. It's internalized. Like,
it depends. I was fat shamed by my now ex-girlfriend. It made me lose weight and I found it felt good with myself. No, you didn't fucking lose weight because you're, first of all, that's survivor's bias. It's anecdotal. There are plenty of studies that disprove exactly what you're saying. But number two, like, no, you didn't fucking lose weight because your ex-girlfriend fat shamed you. You lost weight because you finally were able to consistently do the right healthy things in an effort to be able to lose weight if you are at an unhealthy weight, okay? It's ridiculous. Like, it's so sad that you're like giving credit to some fucking toxic person that you're no longer even with.
you're thinking about what others think of you, when in reality they could care less. They don't even see the little things.
That's exactly it. I think we should stop worrying about what other people think.
But it's so hard. I mean, like, I could say that every day, and
it is.
I still think about what people think. Like,
it is. We all do. But that's something that is a good challenge for all of us. You know, that's something that we need to, you really just try. And once we get on that road, it's not easy. We're gonna have days where we're just gonna be like, oh, he thinks, and I think. But if we can get past that, even just a little bit, it's just gonna make our lives even easier. You know, just stop worrying about other people. Worry about yourself. Yeah.
I also just feel like, you know, like everybody else, this is my account and you are a guest here. You know, I have had to learn to not be that way. So, and for Nick, I understand that.
I've had multiple people I know IRL tell them fat shaming motivated them to get healthy. Not saying I agree with it, but it is what it is. Dude, you want to know why that sounds like idiotic? Okay? Here's why. Do you think a fat person doesn't know they're fucking fat, dude? Like, you think like, oh my God, I woke up this morning and realized I'm fucking fat when some dickhead told me I'm fat. Like, what do you think? Like, oh, it was a wake-up call, dude. Wow. That's so stupid, dude. Fat people are very well aware that they're fucking fat, okay? Jesus Christ. It's like, it literally just sits,
back to college and am taking
it weighs on you every waking fucking moment of your life. Partially because every fucking facet of media tells you that it's wrong, you're a bad person, you're fucked up, and that you're gonna die. No pun intended for the weighs on you thing, but it does. It's literally like a extra baggage that you're carrying everywhere you fucking go, from the moment that you wake up to the moment that you go back to sleep. Okay? So when someone that you thought was your friend or some shit like that turns around and like reinforces that and literally fucking tells you like, you're fat, it's like, it sucks. It's constantly on your mind. It fucks up your self-esteem. No confidence. You just can't even develop it. Every single fucking relationship that you have, you're like, I wonder what is the reason why this person is with me? Like, because I'm fat. It makes you hate yourself. It makes you hate yourself super fucking hard. And part of that is literally because of the media. Like, it's because of the attitudes. It's because of culture that we learn. You hate yourself, so you think other people must hate you too. You just can't even fucking imagine that someone would love you for you. That's what it's like when you're fucking fat, dude. So you don't have to hear that from every other person, because you're hearing it from every other person non-fucking stop. You know? I promise you, like, it's not helping. You telling people like, you know, you're fucking fat, or just like, you know, telling people that like they're you know, they're bad for being fat. You're not doing anything positive at all. You're just hurting people. You're literally hurting people further. You're making them you're making it harder for them to even get to the adequate mental space to be able to, you know, start their journey in combating unhealthy behaviors that they might have. All right. The only reason why I can accurately fucking explain this to you is because my whole family's obese. I grew up obese. I'm still overweight right now because I'm the most overweight I've been since COVID. It's just like, it is what it is. Okay? I'm the only person in my family who literally lost weight and had a six-pack on his own. Like, no extra shit. I worked very hard. And if you're in here and you don't like your body, I'm telling you, you can change that. I promise. You can. And once you do, once you actually accomplish those goals that you have set for yourself, you can literally use that motivation. Obviously, you get a lot of extra confidence and stuff like that, but you can literally use that motivation to gear you towards everything else in your life where you're like, well, I set this as an expectation for myself. I set out as a goal that I wanted to accomplish. I was able to do that. Now I know I can literally, if I work fucking hard enough, if I'm just like a stubborn asshole and I constantly fucking repeat the same good behaviors over and over again, I'll be able to succeed in other endeavors as well. And that's what has always motivated me since then.
Oh, why?
Is your family okay with you disclosing their medical history to 50K humans? Dude, you should get me fucking banned. The HIPAA violation. Like,
Hey,
dude,
smile.
explain to me the level of parasocial behavior you're exhibiting when you're like, hey, man, I probably know better than your relationship and the disclosures that you are giving. I probably know better how your fucking mom, your dad, and your brother would feel. Like, I'm being courteous to them in your chat. Like, who the fuck are you? You're an anonymous person on the internet. Like, how do you fit an idea into your mind that I'm somehow fucking harming the people closest to me? It is the most psychotic thing. Go seek help, motherfucker.
That, your social media and your journey is very different.
Thanks for talking
Like,
about
I
this.
could
I've
clearly
lost
see
close to
how
90
people
pounds since
or
the
your
pandemic
following would have
started,
those
and nobody
expectations for
could
you to
bully me
continue
into
to
it,
lose
and
the
I
weight.
decided
It's like,
myself
okay, well,
to
we
make a
joined this
change
guy so that we
faster.
could join his journey on his weight loss, so we only want to see him doing the weight loss. Like, you better not plateau or gain. I could definitely see that.
Well, it's a sense of accountability, and it really helps me keep my shit going. Otherwise, I would have dropped out a long time ago, to be honest. And I don't do this is how to do a curl and things like that. I just do how I feel. I sort of have a self-deprecating outlook on myself and how I feel, and it's sort of like a military style thing. Like, you're trash, you will never be good, just give up type thing to myself.
I think that's interesting that you say that, because the content that I post is not just for people. It's mostly for me, and it's part of my own. It's cathartic to see myself in like sweating, trying to do a headstand and falling, or looking glam for an event, and everything
At
between.
Hasanabi, you
So
used to
being
do a mad on
authentic
caloric
and
deficit life.
showing up
Don't
as
you
I
ever
am,
give
whether
in to
people like it
cravings
or
and
not,
end
or
up
expecting
binging?
it or not,
It was only a
is an
caloric
exercise in
deficit for me that
self-love. It
helped
helps
me
me
lose
accept
weight.
myself. I was really shy as a kid, and also, overweight or fat. I think the misconception is that I wasn't intelligent and that I was lazy. That's a lot of the bullying I got, right? Yeah, I don't think I dealt with it well. It wasn't until later in life where I started to kind of reject that narrative.
Weight loss programs are toxic.
Fitness promoters are promoting these weight loss programs or these diets that aren't working for everyone. And it's kind of sad to see, because it's really affecting people and the way they see fitness and health.
Someone died back there.
Toxic.
I think, and the focus is always, or it seems to be just lose the weight, just lose the weight, just lose the weight, and then you'll be happy and everything will be okay and you'll feel good and you'll fit into that. But it's like, whoa, I can lose all that weight and I could still be miserable.
Personally, in my journey, one of my biggest points is I do not use a scale, because goals to me are limitations. And when you hit that goal, you get comfortable, aka complacent. You're like, oh, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds and then I'm good. And so I don't focus on the weight, I focus on everything else. I focus on, getting out of bed, that routine of going to the gym, that routine of eating healthy, that normal feeling of a caloric deficit and things like that.
That's a good way to do it too. I'm a fitness trainer too, and I tell my clients, I'm like, the scale really doesn't tell you much. You're gonna fluctuate. It's water weight, it's a lot to it. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. You got to see those physical changes.
I don't even think it's the physical.
But the problem with that is like it takes like fucking 2 months of consistency to even start seeing it, and even then it's like dependent on, you know, your body type.
Physical changes, because I'm gonna be straight up, I probably had body dysmorphia for a little bit, and I would always like,
bro, if you're a fit influencer, you definitely have body dysmorphia, okay? Like, let's be fucking real, dude. Most of the fitness dudes are they definitely have high key body dysmorphia. At least, like, this is anecdotal, but like a lot of the fitness dudes do.
check myself in the mirror. You know, like after eating, I would check myself because I wanted to keep a six-pack because the fitness industry.
Oh my God, this dude is unaware that he was not all right, dude.
Told me that I needed a six-pack. You hear fitness influencer and like the first thing you think is like weight loss program, selling a course. And I purposely wore this shirt this morning just to see like if there would be any extra bias. One thing I noticed about fitness, being in this space for so long, is that just because you're into fitness doesn't mean you're into health. I told everyone that I dealt with body dysmorphia, and I think in terms of dealing with it, it's just learning that my value is not completely tied to my appearance. There's so many other things that I can see value in myself now. I really do enjoy the autonomy I have over my own health and my own wellness.
I have suffered from eating disorders.
I didn't realize it until a couple years after, but I was tracking like every food. I did track calories, macros. Man, I had my scale and I would bring it like to the college's dining hall. I would like weigh everything, and it would get to the point where I would either eat before going out, like if I knew my friends were gonna go out to eat, I would eat at home so I could measure all the food out, put it into MyFitnessPal, and then go out and not eat with them. Or I would probably just not go out at all.
Food and fitness really took over my life for a few years. I was super obsessed with just, you know, getting that goal weight or looking good and everything like that. And I found myself just super depressed, and I, you know, didn't eat the foods I wanted to eat.
Yo, do you like goat milk? Smile.
Everybody fucking chill, okay? Weighing your food is not the end of the world, okay?
I over-exercised and I wasn't myself. It was just a horrible.
Plus, I don't fast anymore. I don't do intermittent fasting. Usually I break my fast in the morning with a protein shake now. And I also usually eat like earlier